Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, I'm back with a little bit of surgery, but no big deal. Overnight prices were a little bit higher. We continue to move soybean prices higher because of the tight old crop supply situation. This week beans are up about 75 cents from last Friday, and most of that due to concern about the U.S. old crop supply. On the positive side, we're using soybean crush and exports at a much higher pace than we need to meet the USDA's goal and to satisfy demand. The only negatives that we're seeing right now is that we are seeing a little bit slower Chinese demand. We are seeing weaker South American premiums, and we do see talk about soybeans and soybean meal coming in from South America to the U.S. And could that help resolve the situation? The other issue is if we look ahead for 2014, we don't see any weather problems for the summer, which should provide a big U.S. soybean crop and a bigger increase in the carryout. Over in the corn, we had a really tight range this week of about 10 cents. I think the market's trying to decide whether to hold on to its long position because of the increase in demand for U.S. corn, or begin to take profits because the U.S. crop for 2014 might be normal, and that we might see lower prices. From a weather standpoint, it looks like we still have a 3-week window to try to get this corn crop planted. Today's maps are a little cooler and a little wetter than they were yesterday, but hopefully the farmers can get in and plant the crop between rains, and that should be negative to corn prices. Over in the wheat, they say it's hard to trade weather markets, and it's even harder to trade political markets, and we're watching Ukraine pretty closely to see what impact grain exports might have if tension escalates, and what impact that it might have on this year's Ukraine crop. Many analysts in Europe are already lowering the Ukraine output because of the conflict that's going on there right now. Here in the United States, it still looks like there might be some rain across the southern plains. It looks a little bit less today than it did yesterday. It may favor the north and eastern areas rather than the western areas, so that could provide some underlying support. The CME will be closed tomorrow for holidays. We'll resume trading Sunday night electronically, and a lot of things could happen over the weekend. Weather-wise here in the United States, and anything as far as political issues in the Ukraine. We've seen the stock market bouncing back and forth because of uncertainty, mostly in the Chinese economy. This week their GDP data came out for first quarter. A little bit better than maybe the trade expected, but a little bit below what some people had hoped. So we'll be watching that pretty closely, especially in the commodity market. We're also watching our economy, and it seems like the Feds are still going to keep interest rates low until we show signs of a better economy, which should help the stock market. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.
At the football game last night. 25 and a quarter. UVA. I know. I've been short.